Welcome back to season 2 of Save the Pumpkins podcast with your host, Amy.
And this is Shane.
Yay, we made it.
Yep, we did.
A whole year has gone by.
Yep.
We're back.
I'm so excited and I'm so happy that we're getting together again to talk about fall movies, my favorite time of year. But we haven't watched very many Hallmark movies this year. In fact, we haven't watched any since Christmas, right?
I mean, don't beat ourselves up. It's just the end of September. To me, fall is marked by October 1st.
Okay,
I mean, the weather is just starting to get cooler and, you know, the sun is starting to set earlier. Those are the marks of fall for me.
The leaves definitely have not changed color. That's a big marker for me around here. The weather getting cooler, definitely, but the leaves not having changed is bumming me out a little bit. It's getting a little cooler, but everything's just still very green. Not a summer person, but we're really excited to be talking about Hallmark doesn't go crazy around the fall time. They release a few, and then they release a bunch of sort of pseudo fall ones where they call it like there's one coming up called like I don't know what, some mountain retreat thing, and it's like those aren't really called autumn dreams.
Movies around this time of the year that seem to circle around, our signature point of making fun of, which is saving a pumpkin farm or an apple orchard, or just excited to be watching shows like that again.
Yeah, I think it's just that the number of shows that come out in fall, sheer number versus the number of shows that come out at Christmas, that it's like 10 times the number of shows at Christmas. Right. I mean, everybody gets in on the Christmas Freeform, the Great American Network, the Lifetime, all the Disney, everybody, Hallmark, everybody gets in on Christmas stuff. But on fall, it's a little bare, and that's unfortunate. I know that the decorations is snow and they can do everything for Christmas, but man, when they get those orange and brown and red colors going for fall, we're going to be talking about a movie in just a bit that I think that's honestly its only saving grace.
But why are we so excited to come back to doing it, to doing this?
Well, that's a good point. It's a good question. I think it's weird when everybody finds out, that me as a guy has a podcast about Hallmark movies, and as a guy is watching quote unquote chick movies, right? It always cracks me up. I go like, okay, what's the not being defensive or anything, but like, well, you don't like it because there's a love story. It's sort of weird that there's this stigma that guys don't like love stories. I always want to grab those nerds and say, yeah, Han, Leia, Strider, and oh my gosh, now
oh no, here we go. Exactly. It's starting already. We haven't even started.
I'm forgetting everything, right?
Arwen.
Arwen. Oh my gosh, Lord of the Rings, and Arwen, like Lily Tyler's character. Excuse me. Yeah, like you nerds are like love stories too. They just don't. They want them to be surrounded by fairies and swords and
but I think
space.
It's something more than that. I think that the reason why we get excited is because this is the time of the year for us when the holidays are approaching and the stores start carrying like Halloween stuff and and then it slides right into Thanksgiving and around the the town the hustle and bustle starts to pick up that holiday
spirit, the emotional
and as much as the holiday season comes and goes so quickly, I think these Hallmark movies for us in the fall start to get us in that, family and togetherness. And I think that is what is so special about this, is that we created this for you and I to come together and connect, having our last child out of 4 go off to school. And, now we're on this new adventure together and we're kind of...
You sound like an AARP catalog.
No, kind of experimenting, so far as... We'll slow down there.
Okay.
Kind of introducing different things, going to plays, and this was something that we thought could be fun in not only bringing together things that we normally like to do, which is watch our shows that we have every week that we look forward to.
Right.
So this season coming back around, brings shows that we've seen and then new ones, and so it brings that we already like, and then you like to talk, so
So
hey.
segue, you brought up a good point. Why the heck didn't we start a podcast about? You and I have watched Breaking Bad and Westworld and Game of Thrones and every episode of Seinfeld and every single episode of Frasier. And I mean, we're binging through every show we can get our hands on. Why do we do a podcast on all Hallmark movies? Be honest, I'm the one that brought this up, so I'm the guilty one. That's why I go back to the guys don't like love stories. Yes, we do. We like anything that's good. Everybody, every guy, every girl that's out there has had an emotional moment, like you said, with their family, and it usually is centered around Christmas. As some good Christmas memories, trick or treating memories, those kinds of things.
Well,
so this season is special.
I
You're
think
right.
all of those shows that you just named already have a huge fan base.
Oh.
These holiday movies, I
we're
don't
doing it
know
to be
anybody
cool.
else who talks about it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of
Different.
cheesy and corny and
Yeah.
kind of like, and it's only during the holiday seasons. And I think that that's what makes it even more special and fun, is because we know when it's coming, so we get excited, but we know that there's kind of an end to it, to then be able to look forward to it again the following year.
Sure.
So it's like a little bit it's like a little taste, and then it's gone,
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes it exciting and, routine but new at the same time. And just getting ready for, like you said, the leaves to change and stuff like that. I just think it's a sentimental, and
You're the queen of the segues tonight. So, being that it is new, like every year it's familiar, but it's new. Why do you think Hallmark? It's all about money, right? Why do you think Hallmark is so not invested in the fall season as much as they are in the Christmas season? Why is the Christmas season the time to make a romance movie? Doesn't have to make. You can make a romance movie in March. What difference does it make, right? Like, they could make these movies in March. What is it that they get to dress things up better? Like, what about it, you think?
I think that the Christmas ones,
They do, by the way, make movies in March, the little silly love stories, but like at a volume that's well below the output.
okay, so I think that the fall ones and the other ones throughout the other time of the year are more of the, oh, that's cute. Whereas I feel like the Christmas ones either make you wish that you and your family did that because it's more of a traditional type of movie,
Yeah.
or it's a place where you would want to go to visit. Like when we watch these fall ones, I'm never sitting there going necessarily, I really would like to map out that town to go visit. I don't really ever see myself saying that. I'm more focused because I feel like you're pointed more towards what the movie is. You know what I mean? Like it's saving a farm, or it's somebody inherited it and they don't want the person to know. And
I think for you and for us, it's different though. We wouldn't have to drive very far. We live in a beautiful state. We wouldn't have to drive very far to see towns that look a lot. Now, not some of the Canadian towns where they film the majority of these things, but like we don't live very far from the western part of our state where the mountains are beautiful. Like the Blue Ridge Mountains are gorgeous. Like,
Yeah.
No.
So,
So I think what it is, I think I think you're right. Makes you focus on what the story and the things are about in the fall ones. Now Christmas, they dress everything up in a way that nobody has a town that looks like that.
yeah, it's the Christmas ones are more magical. Like they're just, like they're.
Why isn't Hallmark leaned in on? Now I'm getting up on a soapbox. I'm gonna be angry. Why isn't Hallmark leaned in on Halloween more? Like October's Kiss is the is it October or October's?
October.
Is it October? It was our very first episode, and that has horrible audio quality. I want to redo that one. It's one of the only ones that we have that I want to redo. But why haven't they leaned into a holiday that is ripe for the picking with decorations and, you know what I mean? Is it because it's spooky or whatever, and that's not love
it already
or whatever?
has
Okay,
that.
yeah, I guess.
that vibe of scary
That
and,
isn't. Yeah, that's not your romance. But I don't know.
witchcraft and,
Yeah, well, take it.
Nightmare Before Christmas, that even though that's Christmas, I view that as a Halloween movie.
Oh yeah.
Just because it's skeletons and weird
It has.
stuff. Like, I'm not into
Right.
that. Like,
It's less love, romance, uh, nostalgia, and emotion like Christmas is.
mhm.
Yeah, that's right. If dressing is what they care about, you can dress things up in autumn. I don't know. We're going to talk about some of them in season 2. That I think, like I said earlier, about one coming up shortly that we'll be recording tonight. I think literally all it has going for it is its color palette.
Well, but I mean, getting back to what we really wanted this little episode to be was why we wanted, or what made us start doing this in the first place. And for me, it's a way to express, I guess, my thoughts about things, because I feel like in the monotony of the everyday life of getting up, going to work.
I feel like you're going to get emotional here in a minute, and I'm here for it. Keep going.
No,
I'm the emotional crybaby. Go ahead.
It's just that life becomes so routine. It's just every day it's the same thing. Get up, get ready for work,
yes.
Eat breakfast, go to work, and this is just such a different thing.
Yeah.
We've never done something like this before. We're kind of like, extending our comfort zone in trying something new.
Comfort zone,
And I mean, no, I think extending, like, I mean,
yeah,
this is becoming our new comfort zone.
Yeah.
And it's something that you and I together can look forward to. It's our thing. It's like not something that our children are involved, which has always been our life, as it's always been
we might
us
bring them
and
back
the
for an
children.
episode or two. Yeah.
And it makes you excited to get this all,
Heck yeah.
together, and that makes me excited. Right. And just a little of us removing ourselves from that everyday monotony and coming up into this little place and expressing our thoughts and our views on, even if it's something as cheesy as these movies, we're being heard. And I guess in a way, maybe I don't feel I'm being heard enough or something. And
wait a minute. What?
Not with you, but and then my voice is forever recorded so that you could always look back and listen to it.
Wait, is there news that I need to?
No. So why did you want to do this?
Oh, I agree with you 100%. It's me. Well, I'm 100%. I can't say it anymore after the movie with DJ Novak that we watched. Vengeance. I didn't think I was going to remember where he was like. It was the joke was that everybody said,
yes.
100%.
Right.
Every time I say it, I feel like I'm
you and remembering movies, I tell you.
I want to do this because it's a learning thing. Like I get to learn how to record 2 audio tracks into OBS and drag it. It's a tech thing a little bit, but also I run my mouth 24/7 about movies. I stop shows we're watching in the middle of it and say, well, wait a minute, why did you say that? Yeah, okay. So I like to talk. I don't know that I necessarily like my voice to be heard, but I like to sit around and talk to people about things. And the fact that we're doing this very formally, sitting across from each other with 2 boom mics staring at each other, boom mics staring at each other, it makes it so that instead of us just having a little quick conversation, you can like look down at your phone and be like, yeah, I see that, honey. Yeah, whatever, right? We formally now have to talk about it, and that's fun. I like that. We get together in this is a nice little setting that we have here. And we get together and we get to talk about movies. And, I have friends. I have a friend I get to talk to about movies quite a bit. But apart from that, I don't know what I want to talk movies about. Like, and this is something that we share. You're not going to talk horror movies with me, right?
I am not.
That's correct. So if you're not going to talk horror movies with me, and I love these movies, these cheesy movies, we need to do a conclusion episode. I don't actually know why I love these movies. Maybe I'm just a sap.
I
maybe?
don't think
I
it
don't know.
has anything to do with the movies, though. Is what I think.
So
I was
you
trying
think I
to
like
get
these
at.
movies because I'm focusing on me now because I think you used to explain why you like them very well, and I don't think I've really explained why I like them.
You didn't.
I don't know why I like them. Well, yeah, like I do think that love stories are sort of underrated. I think that's kind of everybody likes. I don't care who you are. You want to be remembering your first boyfriend, first girlfriend, whatever it was. Everybody, the biggest, goofiest redneck in the world, and I only pick that because that would be somebody that would maybe not want to hear a love story, gets crazy and mushy for his girl, or she would get, you know what I mean? Like the most.
I don't think it had anything to do necessarily with the fall movies. I think that you have always wanted to talk like this about movies because movies have always been a huge part of your life. And I think that happily I said that I would do it in talking about
Stop
the Hallmark
being right
movies.
about me. Stop guessing things being correct.
And I think that is why that came together is that you wanted to speak podcast level wise.
Yeah.
And I'm not about the scary Halloween movies.
That's true.
And there are a lot of Christmas movies to keep up with.
Yeah.
And I think in the middle is this nice fall time that creates enough movies, not overwhelming, and we can kind of keep it.
Were you sure you don't want to do like a psych podcast where where you delve into people's problems?
I'll have you beat every time, honey.
Yeah.
So we need to wrap this up because we do have a lot of shows
or something, it feels like,
to talk about.
Yep.
So we just wanted to share a little bit of insight with you all as to what we were thinking,
why we do it. Yeah.
And hope that it kind of brings out something in you all to maybe think about with your loved ones or in the privacy of your home.
You've been watching too many Hallmark movies. All right.
Okay.
Thanks so much, everybody.
Yes, we'll see you soon.
Alrighty.